Hello Linux fans, Rob here, and welcome to Double Feature Saturday on Linux Quest. Just kidding. Well, actually, no, I'm not kidding. Two videos in one day. So I was supposed to help a friend do some moving today, and that schedule got rearranged, and my family was out doing other things. So I've had opportunities this day to really get into some different Linux distros. So this morning I posted a review on a very nice distribution of Pricity OS. And then one of the Linux Quest viewers goes by the name of XXJaluXX, mentioned Netrunner, which he had run for some time, had been happy with it, and it has recently switched names and bases, and it is now called Maui Linux. So he suggested that I check that out, and I decided to go ahead and do that while I was in between installs and trying new things anyway. And I'm going to sum this one up in one word: surprising. This is a KDE focused distribution with lots of surprises, and I kind of want to give a quick history here to, and this is release 1 for Maui Linux. It's Aurora. Just a quick history here. And I was not familiar with Netrunner, and maybe many of you are. So originally Netrunner was based on Kubuntu, and then when they made the switch to Maui, they changed bases to KDE Neon. And so I was running KDE Neon as my daily driver for several weeks. And anyway, so that piqued my interest. And again, surprising. So I want to step through some of the things where this is different, because my initial thought was, well, how different could this be from KDE Neon? Maybe they've just added a few apps or something of that nature, but excuse me, they've done a little more than that. Again, very surprising. I want to start out by saying that their theming is very nice, and they've added just a beautiful selection of wallpapers here. Some of them I have seen before, others are new. So welcome addition there compared to the one wallpaper choice you have in KDE Neon when you first install that. Minor thing, but nice touch. Also, their theming, they have grouped all of the theme settings under one menu called Desktop Appearance. Makes sense. And so I was surprised and happy to see that. They also have included a pretty good selection of themes. You have one from the Netrunner days here, Netrunner Black and Netrunner Blue, and currently we are on the Maui Plasma. And very nice selection of decorations. Currently we are on Breeze here with a nice hue of blue color, and then a good selection here under the overall theme selector, again here Blue X. So it was surprising to see quite a bit in the theming area set up, and saved a little time, and I was able to find what I think is a nice mix of colors here for KDE. Then I was surprised at, that was going to be a surprise, but I'll go ahead and show that now. So KDE has alternatives for their menu launcher, and the three alternatives are Application Dashboard, Application Launcher, and Application Menu. So it started out default, which is Application Dashboard, similar to what you would find in GNOME, and I like this. I use this from time to time. I'll switch around. This does a nice job of categorizing your applications, that kind of thing. So I went in, though, I was just going to switch it over to typically what I use is Application Menu. So we'll just take a quick look at that in case you haven't looked at KDE. And this is kind of a straightforward layout here. So I was surprised to find what they call Simple Menu. And you saw a glance of that. And Simple Menu is kind of like a mix. I've seen this I'm trying to remember the desktop I saw this in, but anyway, It's interesting. If you go to all applications, you'll first see the favorites, and then you can scroll, and you'll see a list of all applications, and then you have your categories, of course. So, that was a surprise for sure. And then I was surprised at some of the applications that were pre-installed. So, pretty good selection of games, and there is Steam pre-installed. Under graphics, you had some of the usuals: GIMP, GwenView, Carbon, which is a vector drawing app. That was new to me. Krita, and then Scanlight. Scanlight is nice to have pre-installed. And then under Internet, you had Firefox by default, KDE Marble, which is something that I'm starting to see installed more in KDE desktop, or KDE focused distributions. And then Skype was pre-installed, as well as Thunderbird for Mail. No surprises there. Under Multimedia, you had Audacious. I installed Dragon Player, G Music Browser, and I was kind of surprised to see that one there. Handbrake was pre-installed. Comoso, and then Kdenlive was installed, as well as Pulse Audio, and the default media player was VLC Media Player. So I installed VocoScreen and Kazam. Office, you've got LibreOffice. And then under System, more surprises. So one of the first things I wanted to do once I installed the system is I go in and I do a system update, check for system updates. So as I scrolled through, I was looking for, it's called Discover. That's typically what you will find in KDE Neon. But instead, I found Update Manager. Now, the updates, I had two updates. They were not large updates. The second update was mainly KDE related, to update us to the latest KDE stuff. And so I go in for updates, and I'm looking, and I see the updates, and then I'm like, wait a minute. This is the Mint Update 4.9. So, I saw the rating system of the updates, as you see in Mint, and so that was a real surprise. And that's a very good tool for updates. So I was really happy to see that. So another surprise there. And then, as you saw, we'll scroll down here to System. SUSE Studio Image Writer. Now, I'm not sure if you've ever used this or not. You don't see this often, but SUSE Studio Image Writer for burning ISOs onto a USB flash, to me, is the best there is in Linux. I've just had a better experience with this than really the built-in that you find in, say, Ubuntu or Rosa Image Writer or anything like that. Maybe your experience has been different with it, but it has never failed me. So I was thrilled to see that in there. So another surprise. I told you, surprising. Let's go on back to, so you see Gparted. And then here was one that was on my list, because my plan was to set up VirtualBox, and instead of installing on various test machines, my thought was that I could go ahead and get a few distros running within the VM and get that all set up. And I had some people messaging me today that, hey, if you run in VM, you won't have issues with screen tearing and things like that. So here it is, all set up and ready to go. So I'm impressed. This is their first release under the Maui name, and I think on the KDE Neon base, and really happy. Super fast. KDE Connect works great. Got that set up. And if we go over here to System and Info Center, you'll see that we're running KDE Plasma 5.7.5, which is what you would find naturally in KDE Neon, and a fairly recent version of Qt, which is 5.7, and the kernel is 4.4. So Maui 1 build version here, and this is 64-bit. So Yeah, really, again, impressed. Now, they didn't have a welcome screen, but what they did have on the desktop was a little information icon or an about icon. They had a control panel icon and one other, which I believe may have been file manager. At any rate, I would like to see a front end for the application manager, you know, a nice something better than Discover, which comes preloaded on KDE Neon. I think if they could pull in some form of application manager that would match the look of the rest of the OS for a new user, that would be very helpful. Other than that, I'm really happy with this. It's humming along, like I said, very fast. I've got more to explore here. I just wanted to share this with you because this is brand new. Never heard of it. And so, you know, that's what's great about having informed viewers to your channel, is you get to find out about these things you may otherwise have missed. And that's, you know, part of what this is all about. So, and I believe this is a beautiful shot of downtown Amsterdam. I've had the pleasure of visiting Amsterdam about 3 different times over the years, traveling there for business, and I think this is just a beautiful shot, as well as some of their other wallpapers. Maybe this is wallpaper day for me, because Apricity had such beautiful wallpapers as well. And anyway, just wanted to share this. Yeah, that's kind of cool. I've seen this before, but not with colored stones. Anyway, check this one out if you're a KDE fan. And, you know, I may postpone installing Tumbleweed till tomorrow just to see how things work with this. And if you have tried this or have any experience on it, I'd love to know, you know, from a stability standpoint, what your thoughts are and how your experience has been with this. There may not be that much out there to report because it's you know, such a new release. So anyway, check it out. I would recommend it if you're a KDE fan. Thanks for watching.